What's happening, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indian Doctor podcast. Karan, what's going on? I didn't see you last weekend because you were filming and I wasn't there. So let me know how it went. What's going on?
It's good, man. We did want you there, but you were too busy, man. Big shot now.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Yeah, that's what
I
wanted
mean?
to hear.
You know what I mean? You're a podcaster, like you're a basketball player, and you're like a marketer.
Basketball player. Speaking of basketball player, bro, you need to watch Last Chance U basketball. That's fantastic.
Last Chance?
Last Chance U. So what it is, it's a TV show. It's based around sort of college players that are given like a last chance to do like a scholarship or to get in a scholarship at like a decent college to play basketball. Okay. They've done like American football versions of this in the past, and that's done well. But there was a basketball one, brother. I watched it all on the weekend and finished it with Sanj. It's flipping fantastic.
You binged it or?
We didn't binge it. No, we started watching it a few weeks ago, but we just binged the last like 3 episodes together. That was quality,
man. In America. So these are what,
set
high
in
school
America.
Players?
So they're kids that have come out of high school. They've gone to different colleges and they've sort of like fucked it up. Like they've not done very well, and then they came back.
Okay.
So then they were given like another chance, hence the phrase "Last Chance U," and then you see what happens to him afterwards, after the whole thing.
And happens. Any of those players that you watch in the program, do they get drafted into the NBA or?
No, so this is like 4 levels below the NBA. So you've got like college basketball, and then you've got D2, D1, then like I think it's the G League, and then the NBA. So you've got like so many tiers to go up, like it's massive. But when you get into D1, it's sort of like you get into like a big state university, D1, and you want to get a scholarship, really, which means everything's paid for. You don't have to worry about anything.
What does the D stand for?
I think it means division, so Division 1 or Division 2. Yeah.
So when you think about it, again, you know, I didn't profess to know a lot about basketball, but I know that Kobe was drafted straight from high school, wasn't he? Straight into the NBA.
But they stopped that. They stopped that when it happened to LeBron James. He was the last person who came in, and then after him, they then said you have to have done a year at college or a year of like higher education after high school, and then you can submit yourself for the draft in the NBA.
Right. But those, I mean, those two are obviously the two biggest names in basketball. So they were presumably scouted from very, very
They were scouted really young, yeah. LeBron James had like a wild one. He was, what was he doing? He was on the front cover of a Sports Illustrated when he was 16. Okay. Like playing for his high school team. He was that well known. Everyone was like, this is the next Michael Jordan. He's amazing. Because he was like doing these crazy dunks from the free throw line at the age of 16. Like he was so athletic.
And to date, does he have is there a bio that's been made on Netflix about him yet, or is that, you reckon, going to come out?
There was a bio about him in his high school days, but he hasn't done like a full one afterwards. But I think when his playing days are done, he'll definitely do one, because he's been to 3 different teams in the NBA now. So it'll be good to get his experiences and insights from what he saw, how it all works as a business, and all of that.
Interesting. I've listened to. He's on the Calm app as well. He's got a few things that he's done on there.
Yeah, I would not think to sit and listen to him on the Calm app. Like,
right.
I'm all about the lady, man. I'm all about that lady.
Oh, Tamara Levitt.
Tamara, bruv. She puts me to sleep straight away within 5 minutes, man. It's great.
Take a comfortable position.
Yeah, all of that.
Just center yourself. And I bet you're there like, and she's like, yes, Indy, that's it.
No, I'm there, and I'm like, all right, I can hear the little tweet things, and then I'm like, it's time to get sleep.
No, you know what it does it for me in Calm? It's the running water.
The running water does it as well, yeah.
Right, the little stream, and like so Shindy and I think I've told you this before. So Alexa, when we say Alexa good night.
Yeah, you put it on Alexa. I remember you saying,
Right, there's a whole thing, but trying to get that sound right. So we started once with a crackling fire. We're like, crackling fire must sound really nice, but again, if you listen to it too much, it's really annoying, crackling fires. Yeah. Then we tried rainfall, but then it was giving us like torrential, really hard hitting rainfall. It was like, that's not it either.
You want like soft rain, soft.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
soft rain, like
pitter patter, like all that. Yeah.
That's it. Pitter patter rain, or what they have in Calm app, where it's like a little spring and just water just gently running in a stream. But his stuff on there, man, LeBron's stuff is really good. Like he talks about, it's the last minute of the game, it's the last play of the game, after the last timeout, I need to make the shot. Like, okay, so what's the mindset there? Not from a hype point of view, but he's like, how I center myself, and what I'm thinking, what goes through my head, how I control my thought process, and
I wonder how much they must have paid him for that. Like,
Yeah,
His endorsement deals must be worth like hundreds of millions. Not even
I
a
read
question.
recently, I think I was reading about athletes, the athletes who've joined the kind of the billionaire club. So Roger Federer, Tiger Woods, obviously, Michael Jordan. I think it was Michael Jordan I was reading about. And they compare career earnings to what they make in endorsement sponsorship, and bloody hell, man, the sponsorship is just like blows out.
Yeah, the sponsorship is how players make their money. It isn't. It isn't
make their
real
money, right?
It's not.
And I think still for Michael, I think still 100 million a year.
Yeah. I used to get
bands.
bantered in school for like in basketball. Everyone's like, "Oh, basketball means nothing. It's all about rugby and stuff." And I was like, "It's more about footballers." But then over time, I noticed there ain't no footballer investing in in NBA teams. It's NBA players investing in football teams. And I was like, that shows that they have like generational levels of wealth compared to footballers.
I remember this. So Tony Robbins is talking about this with Ray Dalio, so two very wealthy people in America, investors, and they were talking about how much money there is in soccer. And obviously, to us, it's just, I guess, football, isn't it? But
it isn't as much. It isn't as much as
those American dudes. No, but those American dudes. No. But what they're talking about is buying English teams. They're like, we need to get into football in Europe. That's what they were saying. Not in America. They were like, okay, yeah, whatever, it's there. But they were like, we need to buy because it's just a great investment. So I remember reading that. I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
And they're the press that started the European Soccer League. Yeah.
Let's not get back into your rant. I mean, you very,
very,
very educational, and I did learn a lot. And
a side note: when you're listening to that calm stuff by King James, right, and he's saying, this is how I center myself and stuff. Coaches would do that for players. So if you read the first page of Shaq's biography, right, I read it. It's like one of the most fun reads I've ever managed to get my hands on. But he said like Phil Jackson is sitting there, and he's just talking to him, and he says, "Shaq, go back to the moment where you feel like you're most happiest." And he thinks in his head, and he's like, bearing in mind he's away from home, he's got all these fans screaming in his ear, just like the bench is here, and like five or so feet away, you can hear a fan screaming behind you. And he just centers himself to like, I think it was when he was sitting with his grandmother and she was serving him like pie and he was just eating it as a kid. He said that was his happiest memory. And I was like, and after that he dominated. And I was thinking, how can you think of that when all this shit is happening around you? Just fucking anarchy in a stadium. Like, it's insane.
It's called, so that technique is called priming. So priming somebody, and then you anchor to an emotion. So you associate that emotion with whatever it is, and the more you kind of do it, and I guess I'm kind of doing this at work now where, it's crazy, it can be manic, and I play a lot of soft music at work, but then I'm anchoring myself to, actually, okay, this is chaos, but if I can feel like this, we can deal with the chaos. But that's pretty cool. And you said Phil Jackson. So Phil Jackson is obviously
he was Michael coach. Yeah.
Right, in the Bulls.
He coached Jordan. He coached Kobe. He coached Shaq.
Oh, he's at LA. Yeah. So he's at Lakers after that.
Yeah. So he left the Bulls, went on sabbatical, and then went to the Lakers a few years later. And then
What did he win with the Lakers?
He won the championships three times with the Lakers.
Dude, so that Phil Jackson.
So he won back to back with Kobe and Shaq. And when Shaq left, he left. Then he came back. I could be wrong on this bit. He left, then came back, and it was still Kobe there, but Kobe was trying to be the dominant one. He changed his number to 24, and then Kobe won 2 more with Phil. So Phil ended his career with 11 rings, 11 championships as a coach.
And obviously, I know about the rings that the players wear. Do the coaches get rings as well? Is that?
Yeah. All coaches. I think all coaches and playing staff get a ring.
Oh, okay. How much do you reckon is a worthless ring?
You know what? I checked it the other day. One of the players in one of the teams from many years ago, he's worth nothing now, and he's just spent all his money like a dickhead.
Okay.
And he's gone bankrupt, so he had to put it on auction. It was only worth about $3,000 or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
there's real
Jordan's
intricacies
ring from
his ring will be worth like millions, but then there's a lot of intricacies put into the ring. So if you look at them online, they say like, oh, we put in like 70 something stones because we went 71 and something this season.
Right.
And I was like, right, all these little details they put into it to make it seem like a big deal.
And each year, is the ring different, or is it the same ring every year?
Yeah, so they always change the ring. They make it look a little bit different each year, just to show the significance behind it. They'll put like in stones on the side of the year and stuff.
Okay, and where are we now in terms of basketball season? Like, what's happening?
Still happening, still going on. I think there's coming towards the start of the playoffs soon. I think there's only a few games left. Yeah.
So pre-playoffs, okay, is there a season or there's games?
So there's like a
whoever
season,
makes it
and then
playoffs.
within that season, you then choose which spots you're going to be ranked 1 to 8 in the playoffs in each conference.
Gotcha. But you got to you got to make it into playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, realistically, you want the top 4 spots because that guarantees you the home court advantage, which means you play at home for the first round of the playoffs. So you'll have more home games. If it goes to best of 7, you'll play 4 games at home, and the team in 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th will play 3 games at home instead.
Yeah.
So it's more difficult.
Okay. Who's your money on this year then?
I have no idea. It's so up in the air. There's so many like dark horses and teams that are just doing weirdly good and weirdly bad. So I don't know. I really couldn't tell you.
Enjoy watching it this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a good set of playoffs. I haven't been keeping up to date with it too much in the year because it's too much to keep up with. But
right,
I'll be clocking in for playoffs, man. It should be good.
Good, man. Well, the IPL has been suspended now, man, officially.
Yeah,
no more
man.
games.
Obviously because of COVID and stuff. It's not surprising.
Absolutely. Yeah, which we exactly.
I'm surprised they're waiting so flipping long, man.
Exactly my thought. Like you were seeing the whole country's like, okay, we're running out of oxygen and doctors being attacked with knives and things, and really serious shit. And then we got like, oh yeah, let's just carry on playing cricket because it's cricket. And then I think 3 teams, like a couple of the players got tested positive.
There you go. That's it. That's when it starts ripping through, man.
Absolutely. But obviously, I know that they delayed it because a lot of money, man, a lot of money at stake.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But is it cancelled or are they just pushing it back?
I don't know. It says postponed, but then the problem with the IPL season kind of sits in a place where most teams don't have international commitments, and that's kind of why it works. And then because India will be back to playing kind of their normal stuff, and then it's supposed to be the T20 World Cup this year in India. Well, it's supposed to be last year in India, T20 World Cup.
Really?
Right, last year. So we're like, oh, okay, COVID. This year will happen. Now, no idea. So I wonder if they'll change the venue, maybe go to a different country. I've got tickets to watch England in August. I don't know if that's gonna go ahead now. If the Indian
are they coming to England for what?
Test cricket? So they come every 2 years.
Oh, bro, Test cricket, God, man.
It's beautiful, man. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is, Indy, about Test cricket, right? Here's the thing: you've got the cricket side of things, right, which is your pure it's a slow game, and you're watching technique, watching temperament. The second thing is you always buy a headset. The commentary is what makes cricket, man. Like the people, the Nasser Hussains, the Mike Athertons, the Bumbles, Jeffrey Boycotts. Like it's good banter. The third thing is whoever you go with, it's just a good day out, man. Like normally I go to cricket, I'll go to M&S before, get loads of food, and then you just sit out and you just enjoy, and you just like
picnicking, yeah.
Picnicking. I told you, remember the last podcast, and we
I remember, but still, man, I was thinking if you were ever gonna go to like a cricket game, I'd be like, T20. I'll be gone for a couple of hours, in and out, I'll be back home, done.
Yeah, but then like I said, frame it the other way. Think about I'm spending a day with a friend, and we're just chilling. And actually, the last time I went in Birmingham, like we went there, spent the day, and then we went for Mixie, Copper Fox, and it was good. It was just a nice day out. It was just good, man. So that's the cricket.
Okay.
But yeah, we missed you, man. We had Gopi come through on the course on the weekend. First time.
Oh, he was swimming before me, yeah.
Gopi's worked with us and super creative, man. Like he was on the floor, he was rolling around.
Yeah, man. He's an actor. These are the things I expect from him.
Right, that's it. That was the difference, right? He was there, like he was like, yeah, give me direction. I was like, Indy didn't ask me for directions. Why you keep asking me for directions? I was like, just go and take some pictures, man. And then
he's treating you like you're the actor and he's the director.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
In my head, I'm like, no. You work around those guys because they're in their element. You don't tell them what to do, right? You leave them alone because they're there to learn. You're there to blend in, right?
Yeah, he's there proper. We made a little spoof, another Marvel spoof. So it's really funny. This is completely unscripted, right? Where the idea came from. But on the first day, we had a doctor who had worked in Pakistan, and we had another doctor who's from Nigeria, right? And the whole premise of this course was helping doctors from abroad who'd never studied in the UK, been in the UK, not been in the NHS, integrate in. And so we were comparing the practice, like we were talking about, this is where the NHS works, what your experience been. And a doctor from Pakistan at one point just was like, saying, oh yeah, like we don't do this for patients, or we don't do this. And then the Nigerian doctor was like, he kind of almost said that line from Black Panther, when Mark Ruffalo bows.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, this is perfect, right? This is absolutely perfect. Like, okay. So at the end of the course, what we did is we got her to say like 3 things that she'd see next time. Like, she was saying stuff like really off the top, like, oh, in my country, we don't even talk to patients. We just tell them what to do. Or in my country, there was one thing they told us. They were like, if they run out of supplies, they just, like, the family come, they're like, yeah, can you go and buy some, like, syringes and cannulas and blood testing equipment? You go and get it and then get it to us and we can use it. Like, it's really bad, man. Like, they were like, sometimes we don't get supplies and stuff.
That's
and
wild.
then, yeah. And then so we I had to film those 3 bits, and then we had him doing a walk, like a Black Panther walk with we're gonna dub that. Well, you're gonna dub it because you're doing the editing. You're gonna layer that with what's that song? Kendrick Lamar, "Pray for Me," right?
Yeah.
That song. So we're gonna get him to do that, and then at the end, he just looked at the camera and he goes, "We don't do that here." And he walks out the door. It's gonna be awesome, man. So we're following that Marvel theme that we created in Medics, and long may it live.
Sorted. I'll be having a look at that footage at some point. Don't know when. Eventually.
So it's good, man. It's really good. It was really good. Yeah, we had fun. It didn't feel like work, and we had a new teacher come in. So actually, a lot of my work was like running it more and just Param was doing a lot of the teaching.
Project manager, yeah. Okay.
Manager level. The special one, the chosen one. There we go.
Special one. Good Lord.
Dr. J in the house. Yeah, baby.
This guy just sitting there chilling in the background, just chilling on the wall.
On my laptop, just do my thing.
I knew it. Because you were messaging me way too much. I was like, you got a course going on.
Right. So I had my WhatsApp open, and Param was like, he mimics me. So him and Shindy, they both like call me out on how bad my typing is. Basically,
what do you mean, how bad your typing is?
Like a backspace a lot, and they'll both be like, "Why don't you just look at the keys?"
Oh, you try and touch type, but you're bad at it.
Yeah, so they're like back, and they both just take the piss, and I was just doing a lot of that stuff from behind the scenes, but it was good. It was nice being in that role and just dipping in, dipping out when I need to teach.
Yes.
So yeah, how's your week been?
What happened last week? Oh, I was just chilling, man. It was nice just to get back and relax a little bit. It's been very helpful. Picked up my swatch from Sandra as well for the suit, for the outfit. So
right, so this is for wedding day outfit.
Yeah. So I'll be picking out the colour for that to match hers this Saturday coming. So that'll be cool.
You going for a contrast bug or are you going for the same colour bug?
I'll have the same colour bug as her, and then I'll have the gadai, which is the outline
stitching
in English.
Stitching,
The stitching on it is going to be on my karban, which is my sword, and it might be a little bit on the bottom of my outfit.
You going for a
balla, a scarf? Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, apparently, it's like a double balla that I'll be getting, because I get one for me, and then you get one for the girl, and then you want to make it extra long so that she can hold on to it too.
Yes.
And I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that one was enough, but they're like, no, you have to double it up. I was like,
depends.
Okay.
So my shawl, or I don't know, shawl. Yeah, shawl is an English word as well.
Yeah, it is a shawl.
Yeah. Was long enough that. So when I had it just on my own.
Yeah, it's long enough because you and Shindy are like just over 5 foot. That's why, man.
That's probably why. But I had to pull it up, like when she was holding it. What he's saying probably for you is because otherwise the bride and groom are really close to each other when you're going around. And what you want is a little bit of gap, so she's not like
bit of a gap,
ducking into you like this. Yeah.
So I'm dragging her along begrudgingly.
Dragging her along. I'll tell you what, man. Getting the timing right for that. It's.
Oh yeah, people don't understand this when you
When you think it's really easy. You think it's really easy, man. I look at bride and groom and I'm like, how can the guy
hang on? Give people context about why it's difficult. Like, explain.
Right. So, in Sikh tradition, when you're doing the religious ceremony, the wedding, which we call the Anand Karaj, ceremony of bliss, you're both seated in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
On the floor, FYI, on the floor. Your legs go numb on the floor.
Right, and which is why you need to do a bit of training, because what you probably don't factor in is your Indian outfit, your sherwani or your anchkan, the legs are tight. They're like leggings, essentially, right? There's not like a loose pajama. It's not like a loose fitting.
It's not like loose joggers. It's like very tight fitted chinos on your legs.
Yeah, think like skinny fit, super
skinny
tight
jeans. Yeah.
Jeans, right? Yeah. So wearing that, and then you're obviously crossing your legs. There's no blood supply. your legs are going numb, you know everybody's watching you, and then you got to stand up and then obviously not fall over
and walk.
But the thing is, because the shawl is tied to your wife to be, you getting up and her getting up, there has to be some synchrony.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the first thing. So
is synchrony a word? I thought it's in sync.
Yeah, maybe I just made up a word.
In synchrony. That's a good one still. I'll use that. Yeah, in synchrony. Yeah. All right, carry on.
Synchrony and the synchrony.
That was sick. Yeah, right. Synchrony.
So yes, you bow, and then you've got to get up as the bloke, and then you've kind of got to, because remember the lady has a bigger dress, much bigger outfit.
Yeah.
Right, so she's got her bridesmaid behind, trying to lift her up, and so you can't start. If you start before she's ready up, man, the game's over. The game is over. Marriage done. No. Thank you. Bye. All right. I'll tell you who the most important person is. The Gyani man. Right. So the Gyani is the religious person, the pastor type.
It's basically the reverend
conducting, right? And because he can see, can see, man, and he'll be like, slow down, stop. Like, you know what I mean? You need him. It's almost worth telling him before, but like, just give me direction. Like he'll do things like stand, sit.
Yeah.
Stop. Like Simon says, right?
like a
Simon
traffic
says.
officer. Like a traffic officer.
Literally. And you're just looking at him like, yeah, please tell me what to do. Please tell me what to do. I remember mine. I think I was really fast in the first one. And
but you think you're going slowly, innit?
You think that's right. Slowly. That's the whole thing.
You're like, I've got to be even slower than this. And also, it depends on is it the circumference of the actual. Yeah. Depends on how many paces it is around as well, and then you got to measure that to the beat that the other passers, I guess, are playing.
So that's an interesting point. So they're skilled enough where they will extend it or shorten it based on you. So don't worry about them.
No, Karen. I've seen people fly around and they're standing there for like a good 30 seconds when they finish. Like,
that's okay. They can, you can come round and be standing and wait for them to finish, but it'll never be the case where they stop playing and you're walking like.
And you're like walking like, oh,
can you play some more, please? Yeah, that'll never happen. Yeah, you may get there and they're still singing, but then you're ready to sit down, so it's okay. But you're gonna enjoy it, man. But yeah, do a little bit of practice. In the same way you practice your first dance. Well, I mean, you do yoga, so you're pretty adept to.
You know what? Yeah, you keep saying I do yoga. I haven't touched the yoga class. Listen. No. Let me finish my sentence. Okay. Listen. You're the new fucking Bikram yoga because you do it more than me. I haven't done it since early January 2020. That's the last time I've done it. I haven't touched it since. I now do Pilates. I prefer that at home. You're the guy who sits there and has it on your big plasma screen TV at 5:30 on a Wednesday. You're like, I'm gonna do my stretching now, and you get proper into it. You love it.
All I'm gonna say is, your stag in August, you will be doing so much yoga.
I'm doing none
in your black little trunks, right? And we're gonna rub oil onto you. We're gonna when. Do
you know how dirty this sounds? We're gonna rub oil into you. Like,
listen. This is the boys' stag, right? Now,
this sounds hella gay right now, bro. I can't even lie.
At the wedding, you do the maya, right?
I just want to say I'm very straight, guys. Like, I'm very straight, okay?
Sanj has given us specific instruction to rub oil into you, okay? And it's not normal oil. It's not baby oil. It's not almond oil. We're getting mustard oil. That shit stinks.
Mustard oil. That shit stains,
mustard oil.
My dad uses that on his back, you know. He calls me over and says, yo, can you put this on my back? I can't reach. And you know when you say you rub it into your hands and you put it on and you can't get rid of the stench in your fingers for like a good week. Stinks. It is horrible. You're gonna be I have rubbed that shit into his back for 10 minutes, I've gone into the shower. I've tried to wash and it's not come off. Like, it just, the smell just lingers. It's horrible.
Absolutely, man. Like that.
And this guy swears by it. He claims it's the best thing in the world. It fixes everything.
Very India thing. Like, if I'm in India, they're like, you should wash your hair with this special oil. And I'm like, you don't understand, man. It stinks. And yes, like the color of your top, you turn out like that, man. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Anyway.
So people who listen to the audio, I'm wearing a mustard top, This is the color that's the color the oil is. Seriously.
That's the color of the oil. That's what we're going to do to India on the stag. We'll release some content. Maybe we'll release some content.
You're not releasing any content, mate.
We'll see. Your beard's going to be mustard. I mean, I'm looking forward to that.
If you guys fuck my beard up, I'm actually going to kill you. No one touches the beard. That's the only thing that's off limits. My beard. My dignity is not off limits. Okay, my beard is. Okay.
Good to know. But that's good. So things are progressing. Did you watch?
Did
I've
you
got to
watch
say,
Line of Duty?
guys, no, I don't watch Line of Duty, but I've got to say, guys, whatever Indy says on his podcast with regards to film or TV recommendations, listen to them. This guy gives awesome recommendations.
Really?
We haven't
What
got
did I
around
do
to
this
watch. No, we watched the trailer for Sound of Metal. We're going to watch it.
Oh, bro, it's fantastic, man.
Riz Ahmed, I do like him as an actor. You know what we ended up watching? There's a show. It's like a documentary style film about the journalist who was murdered by the
Kadashi.
Yeah, Kadoji.
Jamal
Khashoggi.
Yeah, Khashoggi, that's it,
Yeah. Really, really well made. Really interesting. So you understand, the dynamic of the Middle East.
I want to watch that.
Watch it, dude.
What's it called?
Really, really good. I think you just type his name. I know it's called the not disinfectant, man. That's medical. It starts with D.
That narrows it down.
Huh? Yeah, no. It's a
so
word.
go to Google, people. Type in journalist murdered. Starts with the D. Jamal
Dispellant?
something.
Dispellant.
Ding! It'll come right up.
Disinfectant. No. Dispellant. No. Come on, we'll get this. Wait. Disowned.
I can't help you here, mate. This is all you.
Yeah.
Disproportion.
No.
Disregard.
No. It's a word that means you've kind of been banished or exiled.
Disbanded.
No, you're getting close there. I think we may have to do a Google here, Indy. I'm going to have to Google. Let's have a look. So, Jamal.
Diabolical. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm playing a game of Taboo with you.
Descendant. The descendant.
I've never heard
Dissident.
that word before. I would
dissident.
never have got that.
No, I'm saying it wrong. The dissident. That's what
I haven't heard that word either. Okay.
Right, so dissident means... Let's Google this for you. No, I don't want to disseminate. I don't know what that means. Dissident is defined as the holding or expression of opinions at variance with those commonly or officially held. Essentially, he was a journalist who in his earlier years was kind of in the inner circle with the royal family in the UAE, and then he kind of started to speak out against them and have sort of more what they would say extreme views, but he wanted obviously to shed light, and he's a journalist, right? He wants to tell the truth, and that's essentially what it's about. But really well made, and definitely worth a watch. But yeah, Line of Duty. Now I know everyone's talking about it, and I know something happened about the last episode. Oh yeah, you should. You're nodding.
You've never watched it, innit?
You're nodding your head, but I've heard like people are really disappointed.
Okay.
It's kind of what
never
people said
watched
about
it,
Game of Thrones.
You've never watched it, innit? Yeah.
I don't think so. Line of Duty is the police one, yeah.
AC12.
No.
You haven't watched it. You would know if you.
No,
watched
wait. There's something I watched which I downloaded on Netflix on the plane to India a couple of years ago. Like it was old though, as in probably season 1. Is one of the guys
a black guy?
One of the right with glasses.
Yeah, Tony
Yates.
And
he does like dodgy stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he goes in this season 1. He goes to someone's house and he accidentally murders the woman or something. Yeah, and he wakes up. So I have seen it, but I can't remember it even now.
Okay, so
go on.
Call it a day. Don't bother.
Wow.
Don't bother.
Wow.
You know why, right? Nothing annoys me more than a TV show that has a shit ending. I swear to God, because you feel like you've just wasted your fucking life. I swear to God.
How many seasons?
This is season 6. Each episode is about an hour long. So if I do the maths on that, each season has 6 episodes. That's 36 hours of my life I'm not going to get back.
Right, and is this the end of the show, or is this the end of the season?
The last episode was just shit. Everything else was decent. It was decent. It was like building up to something, and it was just like a dud. Like, I'm not going to ruin it for you because you might want to watch it, but it was just a dud ending. I was like, this is shit. This is actually shit. But then it prompted me to then jump on Instagram and say to people, what's the last TV show that you guys watched that had a decent ending?
Right, what responses
did you get? And a bunch of people gave me like some random answers, like... I haven't heard of some of these shows, but the ones that I've been told are Behind Her Eyes.
Yeah, not heard it. Okay.
I've seen it on Netflix, I think. To be fair, the people that have said that are girls, so I'm assuming, okay, it sounds like a girly TV show. Entourage, that had a good ending, but that was the mid 2000s. Like, not mid 2000s, mid 2010s, that's the word, isn't it? Yeah, that finished then. That was really good, but that was years ago. Someone else said Sherlock. Sherlock had a decent ending, but there's always been rumblings that it's going to come back for like another episode. As in Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock, yeah.
I haven't finished it, but again, it's a great cast. Yeah.
You should definitely watch that. That's one that I'll say you should watch it through because it's got a decent ending. Yeah, I'll give it that.
His nemesis is who? M. Morris. No,
Moriarty.
Moriarty, that's it. Yeah.
Moriarty.
Morris.
Yeah. Morris. The Sopranos. You know what? Yeah, I've never seen The Sopranos before.
So my mum has been saying this now. Mama being.
I've downloaded it. One of our mates.
He was like, "You need to watch Sopranos."
He told me to download it and watch it.
Who? Sid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He told me to download it and watch it. I've done it. I just haven't started it. But
he's also a good judge of
10 seasons, man. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll give it a go.
Again, it's pretty old, isn't it? Like, it's not a.
It's very old now, yeah. But it's apparently one of those timeless ones.
Have you seen? Everyone tells you about The Wire.
Yeah, I've seen The Wire. I watched it when I was young. I had to watch it again. Sorry?
Has it got Idris Elba?
Idris Elba plays. Yeah, he plays an American guy, and that's the first time I came across him. I thought he had an American accent, and he was American, but when I found it was British, I was like, what?
People say it's like, because Luther's amazing, man. But it's like the pre-Luther.
Yeah, this is pre-Luther days. This is in his like very early action days. But I watched that when I was like about 15, 16, so I don't have that clear a memory of it. I need to watch it all again. But my brother-in-law and my brother swear by it. They claim that that's the best TV show ever made.
Ever made.
The problem is each episode is like a proper investment, a good hour and a bit each episode. I've got it on my hard drive if you want me to give it to you. I can do that, but
how do you find now, like, in your life, how do you consume content? Like, when do you find time, and how do you find time?
I download it. I might put it on a streaming platform. I might put it on my hard drive, put it on my TV.
Sorry. My question wasn't clear. I don't mean the technical way you actually consume it. I just mean, now for me, I know each day when I have lunch, I have a half an hour. I'm getting to Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No.
Like, so what
I don't do that.
Stop us.
Mine is either the very end of the evening, or if it's a weekend, I might put it in the middle of the day, maybe. But end of the evening only. In the day, I only use that strictly for working, life admin, stretching, gym, phone calls, and sorting out podcast stuff. That's it. That's my day, done. I don't mess around. But in the background, I do have YouTube on, all the time. I have, a YouTube show on that I'll listen to.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's mainly for audio purposes, not visual purposes. If it's a visual YouTube show, I won't watch it. If it's an audio one, I'll listen to it.
Eating lunch,
So I eat lunch as I'm working. Because I'm at home, lunch is only, 5 steps away at the microwave. It's not an issue for me. I don't use lunch to eat. I just eat throughout the day.
I see. Oh, that's fair enough. I kind of I'm at this point now where, obviously shows are made in seasons, and then you really get into a show, and then you wait a year, and then you come back to it, and you're like, oh bloody hell,
you forget.
Forget, right? So, and then I think when I started where I work now during national lockdown last year, and I was watching Parks and Rec. I think I'd finished The Office again.
Parks and Recreation, I heard, was decent. Yeah.
Very fun. If you like The Office, US Office, very funny. And then what did I watch? Ozark. I really like Ozark, but I haven't caught up on that either. And then now I'm on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I was like,
I thought Ozark's overrated, man.
Nah.
I watched it. I finished it, and I was like, okay. But then it's just
Jason Bateman, man.
It's very slow, man. I watch it.
But that's why I like it. A, I like it slow. B, I like Jason Bateman, not in a funny role. I think he's excellent at it. And 3, do you know what it is for me? It's it's one of those places where I'd go and live there. Not with the crazy shit.
I wouldn't live in that Ozarks. That looks like shit.
No, I don't know. I've got this real thing about. There's another show on Netflix as well. It's like this nurse who moves, and she goes to this proper wooded community. Really small setup.
No idea, son.
Riverside. That's what it's called. Really good show. And they got one bar in the village, and one it's kind of a place that I'd want to go for a while. So that's why I kind of like the shows. I'm really I want to go live in nature type person. Would you ever do that?
No.
Because?
I want to be within driving distance of a cinema or something like within the city. I do like living on the outskirts of a city. That would be great. But I want things to be accessible. So where I live now in Berms is decent because it's accessible to town. It's nice.
Where we went for Lake District. secluded.
That's too secluded, bro. That's way too secluded.
Right. Okay. You
Like,
don't that kind of stuff.
one flood around there and you're fucked.
Yeah, no, I'm not thinking from a practicality point of view. I just mean from a.
No, I'm
would you
thinking
like
from a
to
very
live?
practical point. Yeah.
You need to just you need to calm
No,
down.
you have
bro.
to think about that stuff. Otherwise, like, it's
Yeah,
difficult.
but
So, all right,
obviously,
think about
obviously
this,
you
right?
think
I didn't know this, yeah. But
Go on.
my dad said to me, he said, you'll understand this one day when you buy your own house. You will look and see for places that's on like a hill.
Yep.
It's on a hill. That way, if it floods, you're not going to be the person that's fucked at the bottom. And I
No,
was
it's really
like,
true.
oh.
And where we live,
You guys are king of the
quite
fucking
high.
hill, mate.
No, but actually, where we live, we're not that far from each other. We geographically are a lot higher.
Yeah.
Which you're absolutely right. I remember speaking to my dad about this, and he was like, I was like, why did Granddad want to come to Warsaw? So he came from India in the 60s. He was like, well, I think one was about opportunity. He said, but this is it's quite high up area. It's not going to get flooded. That's literally one of the things.
Literally,
he said,
it's a real thing. It's a real
Yeah,
concern.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's a very,
absolutely.
it's an old adage Indian thing that I didn't know existed. But
Mate, I learnt about why you make film people at tables.
Why
Mum
what?
was telling you why the videographer will follow.
oh
people.
yeah.
So we know who turned up.
For those of you that don't know, go back and watch that. Right, that clip from last week.
There's another thing that people do, man. I realized this afterwards, and guys, if you're listening, comment on this. So, in every family, there exists this little black book of money. So whenever there's an event and you get, or one of your people gets shugging.
Yeah, I know this.
Right, what's the word for shugging? Like gifted money, isn't it?
Sagan. Okay, the key word for this, the key word at every wedding
Go on.
is Sagan. And I would say to my mum, why am I doing this? She said, Sagan. Sagan is like the magical word for just fucking do it, right? And Sagan basically means like a blessing.
Right, and the
Yeah.
blessing is in the form
And the
of
blessing
money,
is normally
an
money,
envelope.
isn't it? Right?
Right. So here's the two things I noticed. One is the way you give money. So in our tradition, for some reason, you can never give 10, 20, 50, 100. It always has to be 11, 21, 51.
Yeah, you have to give them
£101.
£1 extra.
There has to be the £1. I don't know what value or special thing is coming with the £1.
Because
but that has
apparently
to be
it's
there.
more special if you put another pound in.
Yeah, no idea. Right? So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, right, so the black book. So you'll watch, it's almost like, I'm thinking about Phil Jackson now. You know when teams watch other teams, right? Just to
Yeah,
work
yeah.
them out. So
Yeah.
we will watch the tapes, man. This is what Indian families do. They watch the tapes, pause it, and be like, how much money did they give? Right?
See, I
Work
didn't
it
know
out.
this was a thing until I watched
It's a
it
thing,
on,
man. It's
until I
a
watched it on AK Amazing's videos, right? I didn't know that was a thing that people did, but I was like, yeah, I can see why they do that. That makes perfect sense.
because they want to reciprocate. And so,
Yeah.
the next time there's an event, you pull out your little book and be like, right, they gave me this much. I'm going to give it straight back. Bang.
Yeah, yeah.
Barabar, meaning...
But that started when I was young
fairness.
as well, because I was like, Mum, why do I never see that birthday money? She said, you know that birthday money that you get given? We give that to other
Recycled.
people with their birthdays. And I was like, what is this fucked up cash economy that you guys are in, man? It's
Recycling,
wild.
bro, recycling. Right,
Literally, it's
okay.
just recycling money.
What do you do at Christmas when you get all the boxes of chocolates? You ain't eating them. I'm not eating them, right?
Oh my God,
Those
Garan, I
boxes-
still do that now. Last Christmas,
Those boxes of chocolates
I
are
caught
being
myself
recycled.
wrapping up stuff that we were given again to give to someone else. And I was
Listen.
what?
When you receive, you're Asian, you're Punjabi, well, maybe not Punjabi, but if you're Asian and you receive a box of chocolates, when you get it, what's the first thing you do? You flip it around and you see the best before date, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
I can re-gift this next
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
It's good, it's good.
Yeah.
If it's next week, you can eat this one, it's fine. You can eat
Yeah.
these chocolates. Right? That's what happened. Yeah.
It's short dated. Yeah, it's short dated.
And then people get angry at the person, like, why didn't they give us one with a longer date? Didn't they know we were going to recycle it and put it on?
Going back to the Sagan thing though, right? Mum was saying
Right,
to me like at Bal's wedding, this is nearly 10 years ago now, yeah? She's sitting there, she's like trying to give me a laddu. And she's like, Mum, and she's like, here, have this laddu. And I was like, Mum, it's got nuts in it. She said, it's Sagan. I'm like, Mum, you're a medical professional. Sagan is gonna fucking kill me. Think,
And she's
right?
no,
and she's
but
like,
then
oh,
"Look,
sorry.
you got an
Because
EpiPen,
she was in such reflex mode to just say, Sagan, do it. Sagan, do it. It was like the fourth day of events, morning of the wedding. Just do it. Sagan. I was like, oh, right, okay, great. Yeah.
You had an EpiPen, like, there's an out there, there's a solution. I mean,
Garan, I don't want to be rushed to the hospital the morning of my brother's wedding. And
Listen, your mum will handle it. Okay, you ain't going to hospital, right? You go to Gurdwara. That's where your place is.
go to
okay?
Gurdwara Hospital, same thing, right? There's bound to be a doctor there somewhere, right?
Yeah. Surprisingly, that's never happened. I've had a few scenarios where they've, like, Do we have a doctor? Like I had one once in the bullring. Someone started fitting in the Apple store.
I remember you saying this a while ago. Yeah.
A while ago, yeah. I've had one on a plane once. Yeah, it's not happened that often.
Well, you would assume being at a Punjabi function, there's going to be a doctor there somewhere.
Yeah, I went to a friend's wedding once, and my friend, she was getting married. Her dad passed out at the hall, but then like his brother was a doctor, his brother's son was a doctor. So I turned up, and they were like, "We don't need you," and I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
We don't need you, stranger. Fuck off, right?
Yeah. It was a bit hostile actually. I was like, "Okay, I'm only offering to help, man."
Sorry, I'm only offering to help. Going back to the TV stuff, right? There's a show called The Good Place.
The Good Place. Okay. Yeah.
The Good Place. Sounds like A Quiet Place from what's it called? The one with Emily Blunt in. A Quiet Place. And the guy from The Office.
Oh,
Jim
John
from The
Krasinski,
Office. Jim
husband.
from The Office. Yeah.
So husband, isn't it? Yeah.
It's basically a film that's basically done in silence. You can't make a noise. That's what it's called.
Really?
That's why it's called A Quiet Place. It's really, really good.
Reminds me of Quiet
It's
Time.
it's a very good thriller. Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. Yeah. Do you know where you? Oh, you know where you're sitting. Where you're sitting right now.
Yeah.
Your window on your right hand side.
Yeah.
Every so often, like.
That's my dad. I think that's my dad.
Yeah.
I think he's just walking in the background there, just doing something.
Okay. I was trying to orient.
Because he knows we're filming. He doesn't want to be in the house and make noise in it. Like he knows the drill now.
You banished him outside.
Yeah, I banished him outside the yard.
You go outside, you super spreader. Go outside. As
you know what? Yeah, I called him on Friday. I was like, your test results are negative. He said, I bloody told you. I was like, listen, Einstein, right? There's 200,000 people a day getting infected in India. I need to make sure that you're all right still. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He was like, yeah. Well, I knew. I kept my distance. I was like, Dad, you came back with a test and trace thing on your 5th day of isolation of being in contact with someone that had COVID, which means someone on your flight had COVID.
Listen.
And he didn't say anything to say. And I was like, well, there you go. So.
He had the mustard oil. He's absolutely.
He had the mustard oil. He would have drank a bottle of that and been like, I'm fine. Necking mustard oil, thinking it's booze and that. So Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. Is that the comedy? Is it Shits or Schmitz? That one.
Shits. It's spelled Shits. Well, it's spelled SCHITTS.
Yeah.
People call it
Shits. Comedy.
But
it's the,
I remember, I think
it
was it at the BAFTAs or something? BAFTAs or Oscars or something. They had to keep on like writing the spelling of it underneath so that people didn't get outraged by people saying shit.
Yeah. I think it's the show about the rich family who then have to live poor or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
It's a comedy or something. I have seen the ad on Netflix. Yeah, okay.
I might watch it still. You know, all this has just turned into some good film recommendations. Obviously, you get some trolls in it, Gareth. Like people saying that Tracy Beaker was a good one. That was from Manny, one of our boys, Manny.
Tracy Beaker, when we were growing up, I did like that show. After school.
That had a good ending though. She finally found a mum in it.
Again, do not remember the ending. Probably never watched the last one. But
she finally found a mum. I remember.
Grange Hill.
Grange Hill was alright still. Yeah.
Grange Hill, right? And there was another one I used to watch. Something the Witch.
Biker Grove.
Yeah. There's a witch one as well.
I remember the Queen's Head. That was good.
I don't remember that. I remember there's one about a witch. I can't remember. But yeah, all that stuff he saw.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
No, that was a famous one. There's another one. But there was a show, I don't know if you remember, where the guy could stop time. He pressed like a watch. And then he could stop the time and then he could walk around and do things. And that was a cool show as well. Oh, childhood, man.
Good times, man.
But yeah, that's good. It's a good recommendation.
Schitt's Creek had some troll as well. I'm not going to say his name because he's a friend of mine. He said 2 girls, 1 cup. He's got a dirty ass mind.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, as always. Sons of Anarchy, I've not seen.
Everyone talks about it again. Don't know what it's about. Yeah.
How to Get Away with Murder. I thought this is right up your alley because you're into murder shows.
So my sister watches this. She said it's really good. Haven't got round. I do really like good kind of documentary style films or shows because you know you're getting the benefit of learning something. Like there's one about the mafia in New York, which I started, which is really good. Yeah, there's
that really documentary series about the mafia and the tape recordings.
Yeah, that's it.
God, I've never listened to something so boring in my life, man. It was just like, and then we found out this bit of the recording, and then that bit of the recording.
Wait. Are you talking about Fear City? I'm talking about Fear City.
Fear City, I think it's that. It's like a 3-part Netflix series, right?
When did you see the first one? Maybe. I don't know. But the one I was watching was really graphic, man.
No, in which case it wasn't this one. It was one like, it was one really, really crappy one done that was just done on tape recordings and how they busted the mafia. I was like, I don't really care. This sucks. Didn't finish it. One of those few shows that I don't finish because I have like a really big thing where I need to finish a show. Like if I watch it, I've got to finish it. I have to. It's my thing. What else is there? The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, no idea.
Nope. Prison Break. All right, Prison Break. I don't know because
books about it. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I did finish it, but they did another season like a couple of years ago.
Did they? So you need to finish that, bro. Come on.
No, because I kind of liked how it ended, but that was like 2009, 10 when it ended. They brought it back for that little. Oh, I need to make another comeback. I need the money.
You made peace with yourself. You finished it, and from your end, you've completed it.
Yeah, I completed it in my eyes. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Little fires everywhere. Nope, never seen that. Some of them were quite lady shows by the sounds of it.
This was your personal Instagram you put this out on?
This is the personal Instagram, yeah.
There you go. You got a lady following, then, haven't you?
I wouldn't say that, but okay.
Enter on Tinder, man. That's what happens, isn't it?
We're not doing that.
I think they saw your episode last week and the wallpaper.
I think they couldn't have seen my episode last week unless they watched it all in the first hour of this morning. So that's when I put the post out.
Mate,
respectfully,
you got hardcore fans, right?
Hardcore fans.
They saw you touching the wallpaper, and then we're like, okay, there you go.
Look at Dad right there. There he is. See?
Yeah, it is him, isn't it? It is
chilling right there. For those of you that can't, those of you that aren't on audio, I'm sorry. You have to watch the video to see that. Dad just peeking in the background. You can see a silhouette of his turban, and the COVID mask on top of the turban.
You need to make introductions, man. I need to meet the.
Make introductions.
The line.
What are you trying to do? Marry my dad?
I need to. No.
Make introductions, you know.
I need to tell him that uncle, the mustard oil. You need to give it to Indy. You need to show him the power.
You could try and meet my. You know what? Yeah, one day I'll let you meet my dad, and he'll talk your ear off. You will not get a word in. He will go on some mad tangents, and I'll be sitting there like, told you this is what was going to happen. Seriously, he just talks about random shit, and then all of a sudden it will turn into like he'll say like a subtle racist statement, and I'm like, Dad, you can't say that. So yeah, I can, and I'm like, okay.
Subtle racist statement.
Okay. Subtle racist statement, man. All really old Indian men have that in them, man. Subtle racist.
Oh. So our episode that we did together, yeah, not last one before. So I had somebody give me some feedback, right? Okay. So what is a Punjabi word for warm?
I'm not saying that word. I'm not saying that word.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, so
I know that.
You know the word, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Basically, it sounds exactly like the M word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like the M word.
So I had some.
But I wouldn't say that either. I wouldn't say that either out of principle. I wouldn't say it. I can't do it.
It's a Punjabi word. It's got nothing to do with it.
Goran, you try telling that to next man, right?
Yeah. What's in context? I mean, I don't know why you speak to next man in Punjabi, but so I had some people reach out saying that my side is correct. I didn't meet anyone that agreed with you on my side.
On your side, bro. Plenty of people will agree with me. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I know, obviously. But yeah, I thought it'd be funny just to see if you got baited.
I think I have more of a multicultural background than you, dude. The following. I even checked it with a mate of mine who's black afterwards, and he said, "Yeah, you played it right." Yeah. I was like, "Thank you, my brother." Right, I appreciate that.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, that's what I said to him.
Give him that respect, yeah. Okay.
100% got to give him that respect.
So, I was going to tell you something, wasn't I? I had 100 grams of protein today, and I am full, man.
100 grams of protein? What do you mean?
So Indy and I, listeners, we have the same PT. Shout out to Jamie. He's obviously been on the podcast already. And we had a meeting yesterday, and he was like, right, so what do you want to do? Now, here's what he said to me. He goes, you can either look good with your clothes off, right? But you won't look good with your clothes on. Or you can look good with your clothes on, i.e. be filled out, right? get a bit like chunky. I said,
I mean, there is a middle. It's called lean muscle, but that takes longer to build.
Yeah. He goes, look, you're gonna bulk, you're gonna cut, you're gonna bulk, you're gonna cut. He goes, what do you want to do now? And I said, right, okay, I want to get chunky, right? He goes, okay. So if you want to like fill out, get wider, then you obviously need to eat more, but we need to look at macros. And I was like, okay. And he goes, how much protein do you eat now? So we went through my fitness pal, probably averaging like 50 grams a day. And
50 grams of protein a day?
It sounds like a lot. It's not like... And
No, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Garan, I clock like 190, 200 a day. How are you only clocking 50?
You're doing 200 grams of protein a day?
Yeah, how much are you eating? Like,
wow.
Tell me in that 50 grams, what are you eating? Tell me.
I eat good amounts, man. That's like eggs and like hard-boiled eggs. There's some stuff in there. Now I've changed it. But to be honest...
Tell me what equated to your 50 grams a day.
So eggs and fruit in the morning, and then lunches would normally be corn, couscous, broccoli, veg, a lot of veg, fruit then, and then dinner's variable. Dinner's like I didn't really track that much of it, like dal is lentils, guys.
No wonder it's so low. Yeah. All right, that makes sense.
So he's like, well, I need you to be at 150. I was like, okay.
150, man. That's me at lunchtime.
Bro, how much do you eat, man? Bloody hell. I'm here like...
I yam so much food, it's wild. Like, I eat like a meat with every lunch and dinner. I always have a form of meat, no matter what.
Good,
so hitting my macros is easy. From. So it's today. Right, okay. I think I hit 210 because I had a protein bar. I had protein pancakes. I had rice cakes with peanut butter.
Oh yeah. See, you're doing it all. What did we do yesterday?
I had rice cakes with peanut butter. What else did I have? I had some peanuts. I had some chicken thigh with rice and broccoli. I had porridge, bran, peanut butter. Yeah, man, it was good.
What are you putting in, man? Fatty?
Mate, I love it. And all of that only came to about 2,400 calories.
Yeah, that's not much.
And I still got another meal to eat later within that. So yeah.
You're doing well. Yeah, so we're... Okay, yeah. So we're on My Protein. We ordered some stuff like basically the stuff you just said.
My Protein, bro. Oh, it tastes horrible. You should have come to me, man.
You should have come to... This is Jamie's recommendation,
cancel
right?
it. Cancel it, bro. Cancel that
order. It's here,
order.
bro. It's here. It's downstairs.
Return it. No, I'm being serious. Return it. I will bring you around a protein shake of mine that tastes fantastic.
I need to add anything to it. I have no issue with. Okay, huh? Bring it. I'm seeing you Friday. Bring it. But shakes, I have no issue with. Like the flavors, fine. I'm a very basic guy, man. Like a vanilla type person.
No, I'm telling you, when like you taste this protein, it's gonna taste better than your current My Protein stuff.
This sounds like you and the Huel again, man. Don't give me that Huel shit.
No. This isn't Huel. It's basically a company called Syntha 6. Right. I checked like all these people out and a bunch of people and influencers. I just listened to all their stuff and I just tried bits and bobs. And this is the one I've come across that actually tastes fantastic every time I have it.
All right, what flavour have you got?
Cookies and cream.
Right, bring it Friday. I'll have one on Friday.
I'll bring it Friday.
Yeah,
so hang on. So you bought all this shit from My Protein. So you went full in.
Well, no. So Shindy, she's on the same like kind of thing. Obviously, her goals are different. She's not trying to become like world's strongest woman or anything.
Imagine if she did.
Yeah. It's just like bench pressing me.
Yo, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that one day.
That would be good.
I reckon one day she'll be able to deadlift you. You know.
Deadlift. Yeah. I reckon she would. Absolutely. So she ordered the stuff. Like she was all hyped. It's basically her and Jamie, man. I was just sitting there. They were like, "Well, this is what he needs to be. This is how we're going to do it." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." I was just agreeing, right? And so today had the eggs, had a shake at 11, then had lunch. After lunch, had fruit with this protein yogurt, like 25 grams of protein, like thickest thing I've ever eaten. Like really nice, like raspberry flavored. But then like I was up to here, I was like, oh my god, I'm so full. But then my body gets so confused. I got home and I saw this food and I was like, I'm full, but I'm seeing the food, so now it's making me hungry, which is why I had the quiche just before we got on the podcast. And then having a protein burger after this.
So this is what I'm saying, yeah. Your intake of food is like if you're struggling to eat it, lower your portion sizes. So don't have fruit, just have the yogurt. Just cut out all the other shit around it.
Do it because pre-wedding, I was on 1,700 calories.
That's it.
Yeah. Because we've never done calories. I mean, Jamie's like we'll train, that's fine. And now because I'm getting to a point where he's like, okay, you got like a specific goal, you want to get big or whatever. So we need to actually start tracking. So 17 was just like, we made it this number. It was like, yeah, try this. And then I lost a bit of weight. But now I think it's going to be more like 2,500. Yeah, that's kind of the number. And I look at that number and I'm bloody hell, man. Trying to get those calories in.
Bro, if I could clock that easy in a day, man, it's so...
I
The best thing
you
is,
eat
right,
too much. I always thought
when you
don't eat anything.
when you have a cheat meal, yeah,
Right.
one cheat meal for me, I could clock up 1,500 calories easy. Not even a question.
Right. Listen. So say we get the pizza on Friday, yeah.
Say we get the pizza, yeah. That
I
whole
know.
pizza,
I didn't realize you were like a. Yeah, I know. You and your brother. You've told me this thing.
Yeah.
You better let me eat. But I didn't realize you were such a tracker as well.
Yeah, the reason why is because I've been tracking my own food to not put on weight during the past lockdowns. So
Gotcha.
I was worried about getting fat in it, so I was like staying in a deficit for a lot of the week. Then on weekends I'll just eat anything. So that's how I balanced it out.
So we have that pizza on Friday. How many calories is that roughly?
So if we're having pizza on Friday, I won't eat much in the day. I'll only eat like minimal amounts.
No, but give me a number, man. Like we're talking like 500,000. Like what are we talking?
So one slice of pizza I think is about 250 calories.
From this special place you're on about?
No, from anywhere. If you get a slice
Generic,
of pizza
general.
from like
Okay.
So like it's obviously a guesstimate, but if you're gonna do that, Pizza Hut slice is like 250 grams. So
okay, so 4 slices.
six of those, you know, 6 or 7 of those already. You're looking towards that level.
Salah, 6, 7 slices.
6, 7 slices. That's nothing to me. Nothing.
The average number of slices, right? The social etiquette of eating pizza is what, 3? Have 3 and then stop.
No, it's not social
6,
etiquette.
7.
It's first come, first serve, bro.
3
Right?
slices. Okay, wow.
You may want to order 2 pizzas, you know, just to be safe for the rest of the family. Like,
Oh, they're not. They're going. Don't worry. It's just you and me, man.
okay, all right.
Do you have sides or you just eat pizza?
Yeah, garlic bread, all that. Yeah.
Where do you put it, man? I think it
Garlic
goes in
bread
the beard.
wedges.
I think
I'm telling you, it's a...
You hide the weight in
gift.
the beard.
It's a gift and a curse. You know why? Because I remember during uni days when I was yamming food, and I wasn't going to gym during exam season, I'd get this big belly. Like I used to get a dirty belly coming on. It was not good.
Have you got pictures of this? I'd love to see this.
Within like about 2 months, it was like a little like belly that just hung out. Like it wasn't like a proper noticeable one, but like it would just hang. And I was like, this is not good. It doesn't feel good. So yeah, that wasn't cool. And then since then, I was like, oh, I'm the kind of person that if I don't exercise, it goes straight to my belly and it just balloons.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Okay.
I don't want that. So I can put it away, but I've got to burn it off as well. Otherwise,
200
otherwise
grams.
it's difficult.
Bro, like, I'm here thinking like 100 grams is hard, man. You're there smacking 200.
Easy work, man. Easy work.
You need to come stay here and just do some meal planning for me, man. I'd be like, right, eat this, this, and this, and this and this.
Garen, I can tell you now. I can tell you right now. If you get a pen and paper, I'll tell you right now. You need 100 grams of rice twice a day. Yeah.
100
You need
grams of rice. Okay.
100 grams of rice twice a day. Yeah.
Right.
Some sort of veg with it because veg is low in calories. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
Right. And then if you're eating chicken breast, all you need is 180 grams of chicken breast per meal. That's it. Have a normal breakfast. Have whatever you want for breakfast. I guarantee you will hit your 150 grams very easily.
So why the rice? Like rice obviously has no protein.
Rice is just carbs, isn't it? Like just enjoy your food. Don't cut out carbs.
Oh, I
completely.
see.
And obviously, rice is the easiest thing to make. Obviously, add in like potatoes or whatever you want with it, or corn or whatever it is. Not corn, quinoa. But yeah, add that in.
Quinoa,
It should be cool. But you can easily clock that, man. I'm telling you. It's just portion sizes. If you have things like fruit and stuff, you blow it up.
Yeah, fruit's good for you, man.
Yeah, it's good for you.
And
but
low
also,
calorie, like
also,
massively low calorie.
yeah, it's low calorie, but you blow it up. Like you feel more full than you probably would. So if you give me a bowl of fruit, I'll gain it.
Surely that's the point, isn't it? You want to feel full, so you don't feel hungry.
Well, no, you don't because you're struggling to eat.
Yeah. Okay.
So for you, it's the opposite effect. For me,
Yeah.
that would work, but for you, it's
'cause
the
you wanna
opposite
stay
effect.
full.
You you're trying to eat more, so you don't want to have things that make you feel bloated. You want to eat things that leave you wanting more food after.
Yeah, I'm getting peckish now, but it's like I said, we're on burgers tonight.
You're getting peckish now. What after this? What are you gonna eat after this?
Burgers, protein burgers, 20 grams of
Protein burgers, yeah.
Yeah, man. Can't wait for that. I'm getting hungry. I think we should just call it now. I'm going to get burgers now.
Mate, we haven't even clocked an hour, man. Relax.
I'm a burger man. I'm a burger boy.
You're not a burger boy. Aren't they a gang in Birmingham? The burger
Yeah.
boys? Thought they were.
It's
What are
really-
they like? These skinheads?
I can't remember now. We were in Gloucester for Mum's birthday last October, right? And we got this really cool flat. And the first night we hired a private chef. Come do some
Fucking
cooking.
hell, Karen. Private chef.
It's not like you'd think. As in, it's not as expensive as you think, right? And we really amazing menu he did. He made everything just fantastic. Anyway, so I don't know how they started talking, but obviously Dad, has been in prison service a long time, and yeah, he was talking about there's another gang, Aston Boys, I think, something like that as well. But yeah, he was talking about the Burger Boys, yeah, you're right. They are this gang, and I think he knew one of them, the private chef, and that's how it came up. And he was like, yeah, I remember growing up with those boys. And
They're skinheads, aren't they? Basically.
I think so. I think they are. Yeah.
I wonder why they call themselves the Burger Boys. Like, it just makes you think that they're fat.
Makes you think.
I hope I don't get shanked for that. But yeah.
Yeah, I hope not.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Yeah, it would be very unfortunate, Karen. I have a question.
Yeah,
Why are Desi's allergic to throwing things away at houses?
Why are they allergic?
Yeah, why are they allergic
Yeah.
to just throwing things out? Just anything.
Because there is always this notion, isn't it, that it may, big may, come in handy one day.
Yeah, but anything will come in handy one day.
I think that's a problem, but I love the idea of practical minimalism, which is just something I've made up basically, which is like...
Yeah, I was going to say...
Yeah, it's not like a movement or anything. Hire a skip every year, and if you've not used shit, just throw it away, man. Like even with clothes, give stuff to charity and just wear, just make, and I talk about this all the time about frugality, but make use of what you have. Like I'm a big proponent of. Sometimes I'll find stuff that I haven't used in years, and then I'm like, how's this thing still got utility? Is it still good at what it's supposed to do? Is it functional? Can I tweak or modify it, optimize it? I love optimizing things. And I'll just use it. I'm reading this book now. It's a good book. It's about Zen, how to live in Zen. And it's written by a Japanese Buddhist monk. And he talks about, when you buy something, you ask yourself the question, do I need it or can I
live without it?
Can I use what I've got? Like we often have a lot of things, but we just choose not to use them to the full extent.
So I've started doing stuff like if I buy like a piece of clothing, I'll throw something out.
Oh, okay.
So if I buy a hoodie, I'll throw a hoodie out. See what I mean?
You want to keep the same number?
Yeah, and just so it doesn't take up too much wardrobe space. 9 times out of 10, if I'm buying something, it's because I'm replacing something. Unless it's trainers. Trainers are different. But yeah, that's my thing.
No, absolutely. Because I think sometimes we get fooled by choice, isn't it? Too much abundance, too much choice. It's like how many of your clothes you actually wear like a lot of the time. I look at that sometimes.
What's the wildest thing that you've seen your dad keep? I'll tell you mine. Yeah, my dad's got a typewriter.
Oh, I've got it. Yeah,
my dad has a typewriter from the 1970s that we don't even know how it works.
Does he know?
He's got it, and I'm like, how does this work? He's like, I don't know, but it's so heavy, and I'm like, I'm like, Dad, why the fuck have we got this?
Right.
He's like, just and the fucked up thing is he knows exactly where it is. If I move it, he'll get upset. He'll get upset if I move it. I'm like, how do you do that, Dad?
Okay, so what my dad has is, so back in the day, he's got like an old school version Sony amp, like it's big. Now it is legit. Like if you hooked it all up, it makes a good thing. But it's been on back shed for like years. Like we must have used it in the old house like a good 10-15 years ago.
Is this an amp? He said amp.
It's an amp and it's got like a CD player and a cassette player. It's like Sony's flagship stuff when they first started doing this stuff. And it's like, Dad, like, come on, we got an Echo Show now, we got Bose speakers, like we have all these sound bars, we have so many different ways to listen to music now. We can do this.
It's a novelty, isn't it? It's a novelty.
Right, and then to be fair, he's got his LPs as well, which not gonna get rid of those. But we haven't got a long LP player. Yeah, but then it makes me think when we get older, what's the stuff we're gonna keep?
Nothing.
Your black trunks, you're keeping those, I'll tell you that now.
I'm I'm not keeping. I don't think I'll keep much. Like
Yeah.
even clothes that I had at uni, I've thrown pretty much all of them out except like a handful, like a very small handful of things.
Don't you
I've kept.
find like I look at some of the old clothes I used to wear.
Oh mate, I look at them and I was like, why did I wear that?
Why you know that when most people.
Do you remember bootcut jeans?
Bootcut jeans, stuff from Top Man, River Island, Burton? I thought it was really cool.
But that was because that was because it was affordable for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably that as well. But the stuff, like some of the stuff that's on them, like it's just oh god, I look at it now, I'm like, there's just no class at all, man.
Bro, is my dad cleaning windows?
He's doing something. Like,
He actually is cleaning. He's cleaning the window. This is mad. My dad's
Your
cleaning the
dad,
window right
you're
now
a
on the
G.
video. If you guys are watching the audio, you're missing out, man. He's cleaning the window.
You need
I
to
gotta get the
jump on
blinds
the-
done, man.
jump
To
on the
keep him
video.
anonymous.
Go to like an hour, and I think the people want your dad on the podcast.
Oh my days, man.
Let's get him on by popular demand.
Do you know how it's going to turn into, Karen? It's going to turn into me having to edit a lot of it out, right? Then it's also going to have to turn into me writing subtitles for it, and us guys trying to translate what he's actually trying to say.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not looking at you right now. I'm trying to.
You're not looking at me. You're looking for for a glimmer of my dad in the background, right?
Yeah, no, I can see the brush moving, but it stopped.
Dude, this guy, right? Dad stores so much shit in our garage. Like you could fit 2 cars in our garage. Yeah,
Right,
he's
right.
filled it with shit. Like when I say shit, I mean like he's filled it with old alcohol from the off license 3 years ago that he hasn't sold yet because he thinks he can get a better price for it.
Right.
This is just one example or something, right? He's turned it into an off license where he's put like shelves up in there. You know, there's shelves you can pop in and then pop out. Yeah, he's put that in there. He
Costco.
set that up and he's
Costco.
put them in there with like washing liquid. He's pretty much turned it
Supplies.
into there.
So you got supplies? Yeah, well, some of that is supplies that you can use.
Yeah, I have supplies, Scarron, but some of it's ridiculous. Like we have a bin. Okay, here's a really small example here. We have a bin. The bin fits certain bin bags because it's a big bin. Yeah.
Yep.
He says use the old bin bags. The old bin bags are made for like
small.
bins half the size of it. So to
Can
fit
be.
the bin bag on, I have to like
Cares.
semi-rip it,
Yeah,
put it on, and then slap the lid on and hope it holds. And then by the time I have like filled half of it up, it's now ripping,
Collapsed.
and I have to like do some madness to try and pluck it out really carefully and take it to the bin and put it out. Just because he doesn't want to buy new bin bags. And I'm like, oh my god, man.
Can I get membership at your Costco store?
Of course you can. Come round and get
Yeah.
membership at the Cara Costco.
The Cara, there we go. What a name, man. The Cara Costco.
Cara Costco. Done, man.
That's he's quite a dedicated guy, man. I mean, cleaning windows. It's not an easy task.
I think he's just bored. It's not a brush, it's a broomstick. Don't flatter him. Yeah, it's a broomstick.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
It's a broom. It's a broom.
something.
I know it's
He's
a
doing-
broom.
he's
I know
doing-
the
he's
exact
doing
broom
something.
because I've washed things with that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But you did banish him. I mean, he has to.
I didn't banish him. I said, Dad, I'm recording. You can come around the house and stuff, but you can't just don't make noise. The problem Dad has, right? He has no volume. So if he talks at a level 9 out of 10 all the time. He can't
Oh,
whisper.
right. That's his base.
All the time. And I think it's because Mum's deaf, innit? Yeah. So I'm like, oh, he talks so loudly because Mum's deaf. But then I found out on the phone, you know how people hold the phone here? He holds the phone there and talks. And I'm like, why is the phone so far away from your face? He's like, because I can hear them, but I'm loud.
He's trained, man. Like if he's holding a mic, he knows how to control the mic and he knows the distance. he's an OG, man. You don't know.
Oh god, I can hear a jet wash going off, you know. These men are getting full sound effects and this is great.
I think you need to jump off the podcast and go and help him. I think that's what
I'm not gonna go and help Dad with cleaning the windows outside. This is his pastime, man. I'll let him have it.
This is what time? It's pastime.
His pastime. Here's a story for you. I tried to sell my Focus the other day to We Buy Any Car. Yeah.
Right.
They quoted me
As the name
£3. I
suggests.
was like, all right.
Okay.
I went to go and sell it yesterday with Dad, and they were inspecting the car and they knocked off £1,000. And I was like, £1,000 for like scratches and stuff, and I was like, nah.
So the 3K was just online, you mean?
That was like an online valuation, and when you get there, they like do all that.
Yeah,
and they knocked off £1,000. I was like, nah, this isn't happening.
That's a
mate.
lot, man. Yeah.
A lot. I was like, this is taking the piss.
So then,
Right.
what's your plan now?
Then now he's going to try and sell it privately. I was like, all right, cool.
Okay, what are you looking to get?
I'll probably take my mum's old car. So mum's got like a B class, so I'll take that because moving to London, you got the ULEZ as well. That's branching out to like where me and Sanj are gonna live, and that's going to be difficult. So I couldn't keep my car because it's gonna cost me like hand over fist to keep it there, with the congestion charges coming in and stuff. So that's why we're selling it.
Fair play. Does Sanj drive or?
No, I need to teach her, but mum's cars are automatic, so that'll help. She can drive, she just hasn't driven a car in like X amount of years.
Yeah. As in, does she own a car currently in London? Does she need one?
No. She's never needed one, has she? Like, if you're in London, you really don't need a car.
Yeah.
No one needs one.
Okay. That's fine. So you two were just doing your thing, innit?
Oh,
trains and that.
you were going to tell me about this technique. So Garan said to me at the start of this podcast prior to this, he said, yo, Indy, listen, if you want to get something done, you change the word please to kindly. And I was like, Garan, I can't say that. He said, why? I said, because every time I say that, I think of you, right? But really, what you're saying is, can you kindly just fucking do it? Right? That's what you're basically saying.
Give an example. Give an example in the email.
In a condescending way.
Yeah. So if at the end of an email, please confirm when this has been done, versus kindly confirm when this has been done. Right? It's nuanced, right? It's very slight, but absolutely, it's just a bit more of a power move. Please is associated with begging, essentially. Whereas kindly is kind of like a royal please, which is like
royal please,
It's just get it done, isn't it? We'll save it for another episode. But the technique Indy's talking about is NLP, neuro linguistic programming. It's been around since probably 60s and 70s, made really famous by Tony Robbins. The various elements to NLP, like for example, people can use this technique to get people to not be scared of dogs or spiders, or to stop biting their nails, or to quit smoking, or not be scared of flying. So you can use a technique for that kind of stuff. And then there's the side I'm talking about is more to do with language, and that comes from a guy called what's his name, Milton Erickson, who's kind of like the grandfather of hypnosis, and he kind of described these linguistic devices, which are basically how you structure language and sentences and syntax. To obviously at one extreme, if you're not ethical, just essentially manipulation, right? And then the other side is just about how to be a bit more persuasive, which is very popular within salesmen, because obviously salesmen want to sell, but you can learn it in other settings just to learn how to build influence. Right. So look at where I work, I have to get things done. Right. So I need to get scans done.
Yeah, but you're the authoritative figure, so surely you can just get it done.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, so authority, there's some which is what we call assumed authority, which is our Jazz's registrar who's up a certain position. But if somebody doesn't know me, just dropping the title alone isn't always going to do it. Whereas if you can, if you combine things like, okay, so there's authority in my title, there's I know how to develop or deliver banter, then there's using these devices. The combination of all those types of things helps me get things done. But the beauty is it can translate into all aspects of your life. You'll remember that example where we went, to Lake District, and we were at the spa. And I think we were allowed one free drink each. I think that was the premise. And we got the free drinks. No, I remember now. There's a coin to change for the lockers. Coin. It was a pound coin, wasn't it? So we got there and they were like, I said, can we have a locker? And they said, you'll need some change.
Which, by the way, who the fuck uses change anymore?
Right? So
who even has change? I even asked people at work, I said, when was the last time you took something out of a cash point?
Listen, you know where all the change is. It's with the Sagan. That's where it is. That's exactly where it is. There's pound coins. You're like, oh, I got my pound coin ready.
Yeah, I got it right there.
Right. And so nobody had change, because nobody has change anymore. But plus it was COVID, so everyone was doing like contactless. I can't remember the exact phrase I used, but it was like, surely, or I'm sure you can make an allowance, or I'm sure you can provide us with some change, given the fact that we're going to be using your lockers and we weren't given prior notice, something like that. And then the key is, you don't jump in, you shut your bloody mouth. This is what I tell people all the time, because then it's like chess. The other person has to speak. People don't like silence, they don't like awkward. So the other person's thinking shit. Because most people, what would their reaction be? They'll say that and be like, oh, but if you can't do it, don't worry. If you can't do it, don't worry. It's okay, it's fine, don't worry. Right? So here's the power move. The power move is just... right? But direct eye contact. and you just wait and you watch.
Direct
and
eye
forward
contact,
position.
subtle, not.
Yeah, not like that. And then they're like,
Right.
okay, yeah, I'm sure we can do it, right? And there are other phrases like, if, this is a good one. If you're disgruntled, say you've gone to stay at a hotel, and something's happened, right? Now, if you complain, then the other person becomes defensive. They'll try and give you reasons, they'll try and justify, well, this didn't happen. So, for example, imagine your shower doesn't work for the whole duration of your stay, right? So you argue and my shower didn't work, and blah, blah, blah. Or you can present it as a fact. So for the duration of my stay, the shower didn't work. As you can imagine, it's not been a pleasant experience for me. What needs to happen for me to feel good? Pause, right?
For me to feel good.
Right.
To feel good.
Or
Oh
words
my
to those
God.
effect. Words to those effect. The point is then the person feels empowered, or they feel they're empowered. They have to do something. It has to come from them. A lot of things with language is you're putting the onus and the accountability on the other person. So the same with the drinks, that we got the free drinks and stuff. Because the thing is, remember, people like being valued, right? So if you create a scenario where you're allowing them to exert some power, so in that scenario, it's doing something for you, giving you the drink, or this is a classic one. Hey John, I've heard you're the man that can get me, right? Because then John's thinking, oh yeah, I do want to be the man. I want to be the man who's known for doing things. And if I don't, then I'm not doing it. So it's just these subtle things. But the key, there's a syntax and thing, but pausing, man. People need to learn how to shut up and wait for a response. Because people don't like silence. Get really comfortable with silence, and you'll see that all the power is in the silence.
Mad. All right, I think we'll leave that top tip there. I think that's a
Right.
good place to end
It's
it.
time for a burger, mate. It's time for a burger.
Right. Cheers, guys. Thank you for listening. Remember, like, comment, share, sub
Do it!
on all platforms. And drop us a message to let us know your thoughts on this episode. I think it was a decent one.
Boom,
Right.
boom.
Cheers, Karen. Chat to you
See
soon.
you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.